Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead and release your fears. Stand up and be counted, don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, will save the day.
Hi everyone, welcome to my 20th day of my 100-day journal journey challenge. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are not new here, welcome back. So we have been going on strong for the last 20 days, so I'm really happy about that. So today we're just going to do a recap, okay? Nothing too serious, at least I don't think it's going to get too serious, but we're just going to do the last 10 days, okay? Because so much has happened and so much has changed. So I'm just going to read through the titles of the last 10 episodes, which they are all on my page on my channel, so you can go back and just recap through all of them on your own time, because there was just so much valuable information. I'd like to think so, that I'm most definitely going to apply to just this next stage that I am so gracefully entering into. So here goes to some of the titles. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So I love this little like math equation that I did, which was you minus the wrong places, people, and things ever. Never, basically. As long as you're never around the wrong people, places, and things, equals being in the right places with the right people and the right things always. So therefore, you never have to get ready. You will stay ready. Yes, of course, physically, okay, with your outfits and your finances and your time off and whatever you need to like take that flight physically. But no. Just putting yourself and like getting all your ducks in a row and removing whatever just does not serve you, so that way you're just in the right place and you're ready mentally, right? So then we have the extroverted, introverted. That was the episode where I had my low battery, social battery was 0. But it just showed me that even through that time, like the show doesn't stop. Like we have goals here and we have signed up for this challenge and I'm going to do it. So I got on despite how I felt that day. So I was proud of myself for that. I am loved and supported. That was the oil change video. That, my friend, taught me so much. And I feel like I can't afford to bump my head anymore. Like I cannot afford to treat things that have disclaimers with contempt. Fine print with contempt. You just can't. Like that is such a hindrance and can really set you back. So I learned a lot from that. Which group are you? 1, 2, or 3? That was the episode where I spoke about the cringiness and the self-loveness and how I opened up my journal and I read about how attractive I was and how beautiful I am, and how there's 3 groups of people. The group 3 does not believe that. They're like, who do you think you are? And you're not. Group 2 is like, oh my gosh, you're just so cringy and I don't even have enough self-love for myself to outwardly say that. I can say that about somebody else, but I can't say that about my own self. And then group 1 is like, heck yeah, you are so beautiful and I'm also beautiful. We're all beautiful. And they embrace just that positive energy and they're not cringed out by it. That should not be something cringy, was basically the whole subject matter. Your environment, which is a big one, I keep saying it, with the beautiful quote by Mario Quintana, where it was saying, mend your garden and then the butterflies will flock to you. There's no need to chase them. So don't chase butterflies, focus on mending your garden and the butterflies will come to you. So I feel like that perfectly paired with the hoopty analogy that I gave. So when I was watching that video back, I was just so like, oh my God, that so is going with the whole vibe of the butterfly garden thing. Because that hoopty analogy, I need you to really, if you don't take anything else from my channel, take that. That was the hoopty and the parking space analogy. So we have two cars, okay, and parked in front of your house. Your house is you, okay? Your vehicle is your mode of transportation, which I guess can signify your, like, your assets and what you bring to the table as far as your worth, right? And then there's a parking space for anything new. Your goals, your dreams, your desires, blessings, right? There should be an empty space there. And if it's not empty, it should be already with things like that you are enjoying and that you love and that is benefiting you, adding to your life, not taking away from your life, not siphoning your energy and the such. Just a lemon, just in that parking space. And then how I explained how the car that was driving around wanted to specifically park at your house. Once that car signifies everything that you have asked for. That car is everything that you put your desires out, and you're sitting there wondering, looking out your window like, when is my package going to get here? Completely just not taking account that where is that going to park? Where are all those things going to get unloaded? If you have this humongous car that hasn't ran for years in that space. So that car just has to keep driving around aimlessly, you know, when it could clearly be parking in your parking space that is available and ready. And that just ties into the stay ready so you don't have to get ready. How many people are still just having hopes and dreams with the hoopty parked in the parking space? That can signify people that you are still currently in relationships with, jobs that are no longer serving you, voids that you're using to fill, like voids that you have that you're using things that you shouldn't be doing in order to fill those voids, instead of addressing those voids and doing what you have to do so that way they are no longer a void. And more. This is just a couple of examples. That is what the hoopty represents. So take that analogy and just build upon it and get that out of that parking space. And I'm telling you, the car is already driving around with your desires and your blessings and all the things that you want in it. But it's up to you to make space for it. Where is it going to go? For these things that you have dreams and desires for, where are they going to fit into your life if you're still holding on to things that are no longer serving you? How are you going to make time? How are you even going to be alert enough? How are you even going to embrace or recognize the things? Because all you know is the hoopty in your parking space. So I can go on and on for days with that analogy. It really just glues everything together, honestly. The state of glimmer, which is my favorite. I like to just think that I am the most glittery person in the world. So when I hear glitter, I just think of glimmer. And I just want my life to just be very glittery. I mean, of course with jewels and stuff and diamonds, but I don't think I've never really owned diamonds upon diamonds. I'm not that type of person, like materialistically. I'll take them. I like them. If I'm able to pick one out, I'm not going to hesitate. But no, I'm talking about the glimmer from within. This channel is really focusing on within. Yeah, the state of glimmer comes from within. This channel is just about internal things. Through the internal things, I'm going to be able to report tangible things. I assure you that. I will be able to be a beautiful example of what doing your inner work, by doing your inner work, how it is going to translate into like the things that you see around you. And monetary things even. Blessings, physical thing, health. But really it's internally, right? That's the most takeaway you're going to get from this channel, at least for right now. So, because it's important. This part has to be covered first. I cannot stress it enough, because I've said it before in many videos and I'll say it again. If you're a person that's just like, gimme, 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 and you're not addressing certain things, if God forbid it gets taken away, because what you can get can be taken away. I've learned that. Many people have learned that. That is not something that is a rare thing to understand. So it's just a perfect balance of making sure inside is always strong and always like healthy and like optimistic, and you're able to view things from different angles, right? You're not just like a one view type person. You're not able to see things from other angles and be able to translate and transmute and be like, this has to be happening because of this. Or at the end of the day, it could be worse. At the end of the day, I'm sure there's somebody out here that would love to have my situation. So let me just embrace it and just try my best to make the best out of it and the like. So no wobbly energy was an episode that was wonderful. No wobbly energy, are you sure? I named it Are You Sure because I don't want to sign off on anything that is not sure. I don't want to give anybody anything that's not sure. I don't want to provide services to my clients if I'm not sure. Okay? I want to be that way, and I also want to receive that. But it starts with me being sure with certain things. And then in turn, the people, places, and things that I attract, they will be sure about me, and it will just be a non-wobbly situation thing, because I can't work with that. I can't do that. That feels very insecure and like I'm on a wobbly bridge, and I don't do well with that. I'm afraid of heights. I'll get on a roller coaster any day, but that does not take away from the fact that I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid, and that's not unnormal to be not gung-ho about getting on a bridge that is rickety, okay? Getting on something that clearly looks like it's gonna break. I just don't want to. If I have any say so, I prefer to not indulge in those things, to not get on those things, to not talk to those things, walk with those things, purchase those things, and all that. Have conversations or anything with unsure energy when there's a whole group, a whole village, a whole way of life, a whole just all this over here just shining, that's that's sure. But I want to be over here with wobbly. Nah, I'm good, because this is what I know, this is what I'm familiar with. I just prefer not. So read between the lines of that, and if it applies, apply it. So entering the shadow work, that has been deep. I'm only 2 days into the shadow work beginning, and today is just simply a recap, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, I didn't get some downloads today, because I did, that I'm still processing. They're like coming in, and I'm like, ooh, I could talk about that later when I get home today. I can't really think of any right now at this moment, but like I said, they're still processing. But I'm open to the idea. I am open to the downloads. I'm open to everything that my inner child needs to share with me, because it's important. And it's important because I think it's important. It's important because I believe that it's important, and I know how amazing it's going to be for me and my future to go through what it is that I'm going through right now with my shadow work and my inner work. That was in episode 18, and as well as 19, where I just got a beautiful, just a beautiful awakening moment. That's what it felt like. Felt like Sleeping Beauty who has been awakened last night. But at the most deepest level. Not because somebody else told me that, or somebody else wants me to have that belief. and believe in myself and it's pouring into me. But people can pour into you all day. We request that as human beings, of course, because we're so needy. But it's nothing like you telling it to yourself and believing it. Because if you don't believe it, then it really just goes through one ear out the other. It doesn't like soak in. So that's what's been happening for years upon years now. And I really feel like for the first time in a long time, last night, just getting that download and getting that just beautiful message from my inner child, it really woke me up. And everything that I've been told to know that it, like lately, as of like the last couple of years, have been nothing but a big fat lie. I just am so concerned for the collectives that are being sucked in by that rhetoric. And I'm just going to pray for everyone who is making it a point to band together and really make this a topic matter, to basically tear down this type of personality trait, or this type of, this whole masculine, feminine thing. And it could be really emotional, because is anybody really taking the time to fully understand where it stems from? It stems from so many different angles. It stems from ancestral things, okay? Our ancestors fought for this moment. That I and the rest of this collective that is being deemed masculine energy women, watch out for them. They're doing too much. They'll basically blow you out of the water. Like, they're walking men. Women that are men. Ill. Just making us feel really bad. Like, our ancestors literally fought for this moment. So it's like, that's what I'm choosing to focus on. Never once did I ever want to take guys out the game. Men out the game. Sorry, not guys. Men out of the game. Outdo men and just... No. What happened to the king and queen vibes? And I'm not just talking about like in music videos. Okay? No. Literal queen and king vibes. Both parties are forces to be reckoned with. Not just the king. The queen too. Like... They're both amazing, and together, legacies and empires, and just this amazingness happens when they band together. So instead of seeing it in that light, there's a big, just trying to like kill off such a beautiful thing that's happening. And women are fighting back, but it's just making us look more masculine. Which I don't recall me ever fighting back. I just keep it moving. And I let that person, whoever says whatever they're saying, or even just watching it or whatever, just be like, I guess I'll just go home and I'll try my best to be more feminine. I'm just going to start buying a bunch of dresses. But a dress is not going to fix this reset that they're trying to do to us. So, like I said, just trying to understand where it derives from. Like, understand, like, a lot of people lost their families at young ages and had to step up. Did anybody ever think about that before they sat down and just literally attacked, this subject matter? People have lost their families, and they have had to take care of their younger brothers and sisters at the age of 10. Yeah, they're able to make things happen. You don't get to just slap a masculine sticker on them. And then they have a little bit of time. So when they get to spend it with you and it's not spent correctly, yeah, they're going to tell you about yourself. And when you're letting things fall by the wayside, you don't get to just turn around and be like, oh, let me, like, that's something that a man should be. Yeah, it is something that a man should be handling. Like, if it has to be brought up, then yeah, it's going to sound masculine. So a lot of the women, we're just doing it. It's like we have the mentality of, what is it that saying? If you want things done right, do it yourself. That can be reversed. And we're all open to it. I speak for all of us. We are literally open to other people doing it right, but we're not going to be led blindly. Okay? We're not going to be led anywhere blindly. We're too smart for that. So again, if you're watching this and you were moved by video 19, day 19, honey, I feel like not only is my inner child going to speak to me, but my inner child's going to speak to, your inner child is, if you open that door and you open the floor for your inner child to say a couple things to you, I think it will start the process of you being awakened to like not letting even an inkling of what feels like peer pressure almost for adults mess up the flow that you're on. Because I loved the way that I just finished it all off. Somebody's out there, okay, praying. They have like, you're their missing link. You're the only thing missing in what the things that they've worked so hard for. They're that king that's literally waiting for their queen, and they don't want somebody who doesn't know how to make ends meet. They don't want you to come in and make ends meet, but they want to know that even, God forbid, if something happens, you're able, like, you're sharp. And that comes from queens that they're trying to tear down. That they're being deemed as masculine women. No, only a true king is actually going to fully embrace that. Like, and don't let that ever get lost in all the mumbo jumbo that's going on. Waiting to just take off the heavy load that we've been carrying. To want to work together. Not wanting to strip you of everything you're working for, but actually add to it and help you with things that they can do that we really actually need help with. But we're not waiters. We're not going to just wait. Like, we're going to make it happen. So I feel like it's beautifully going to come together. Not only in that area, because it's not only in the relationship area, it's in every area. By doing this inner work and not beating yourself up about this subject matter, once you start doing your inner work, something called outsourcing starts to take place too. Because as you're doing your self-care and you're doing your self-love practices and you're putting yourself with better people, places, and things that don't stroke your masculine energy to come out, but instead allow you to be in your feminine, right? Your workplace, like my workplace, even though it's really labor-filled, infested, meaning like what I do is very hands-on. I'm moving around, I'm constantly caring for something, but my environment is so like catered to like helping me, and they're allowing me to rest in my feminine even still. I'm not having to fight for my rights and fight for my money and fight with clients, like not like treating me bad or anything. Like, I know I have a whole support system that's like, you're not going to treat our beloved, she's an asset to this like team that we have that is going out every single day and making sure these animals are being taken care of. Like, even in that situation too, not just in relationships. But for me, I had to swallow that pill and realize that in the area of relationships. So that's why I brought it up. But not only in relationships, even in your family, with your children too, putting them up on game. I've had to tell my son, yo, our situation is not the norm. Okay, this is not normal. This is not if you decide to have a wife one day and you decide to make a family one day, you need to step up to the plate. You want to be with somebody who's actually strong. But just because she is strong, she shouldn't have to be strong. That's supposed to be a reserve used for, God forbid, emergencies and like, okay, we all need to squad up and protect the family. There's been an unfortunate situation, somebody's hurt, man down type situation. But that is like by case, but it's an honor for like a man to just come in. And that's just what I had to understand. Because this whole shadow of mess is trying to take me away from like this truth. And I have vowed to only gravitate towards the truth in anything and everything. And yeah, it may be a journey to find it, but I'm in the pursuit of that. I'm not in the pursuit of mumbo jumbo. So whether it comes from a relationship, comes from your career, doing what you love, family, everything, you treat yourself how you want to be treated so that people know how to treat you. Because of my energy, people already know, okay, this is a woman who I'm going to have to, if I don't know now, I better learn. Because this is not someone that just likes broken, messy things and bills paid late and is like going to just ride for me and my foolishness. This is a real deal here. But I had to become the real deal for myself. And I had to show myself that I can do certain things. And maybe that's why I'm single in 35. I don't know. Because I have to know for myself what I'm capable of. And this is such a beautiful time too. Because I'm never going to get this time back. So if this is what God's will is for me, and there's certain things that God wants me to learn and see and experience, you know, and I'm not alone. I have so much family and friends and my son and my animals that love and support me. Like I said in my video where I feel loved and supported. So who is your support group? What is supporting you down to the chair that you're sitting in? When you take it down to that magnitude, okay, down to the chair, I'm not sitting on the floor. I'm sitting on a chair. And even if I'm sitting on the floor, it's supporting me. I'm not falling into a pit of nothing. Like, I'm being supported even by this chair. Okay? Like, no, like now is the time to really wake up and be able to decipher truth from falsehood. Time to wake up like, I'm being fed things that are not right. And this needs to be like addressed. And I don't want to be made to feel bad about it. And I'm not crazy. Like, I'm awake. You know, and that comes from inner work. And now shadow work. And treating yourself how you want to be treated. So through this 100-day journal journey challenge, I'm just so thankful and excited. And the more that I speak these things into existence, and the more that I use this verbiage, that each day, even if it's just one word, I'm learning new. I'm imagining it already, okay? You imagine what could possibly come from that. I'm already on this train. I'm over here like, they're taking off and like, you can hear the engines already going, okay? Imagine what this will do for your future, okay? I love you so, so, so much. And even when I hear that from people that just tell me they love me, or, you know, I said this, I'm going to keep saying it because I really want you to feel comfort even from this. As a collective, you're not alone. Sometimes it could feel lonely just with this, so much downloads coming in and like so much beautiful inner workness happening, and just like you feel the cocoon dynamic happening and your wings are just about developed, ready for you to like be your most evolved self. It could feel a little lonely, but you're not alone. I'm here to tell you right now, you are not alone. It doesn't matter what part of your journey that you're in. If you just started it today, if you're years into it, or if you're just restarting it because you kind of fell off the horse, it doesn't matter what point you're at right now. If you're breathing, this is a lifelong journey of the pursuit of your best self that by choice you can reach. It's a choice though that you have to make. But I just want you to know that you're not alone, that I love you, that I'm sending you so much love right now. I'm sending you so much love right now. So much. And just don't take anything that is coming in your mind in vain. And don't take anything that you're feeling and discount it. Because the second that you count it is the second that it can get addressed and it can evolve into like its full self. Okay, I love you so much, and I will catch you tomorrow for day 21. All right, on this 100-day journal journey challenge. I love you so much. Good night.